Hi, good evening, everybody. I hope we are all doing very, 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 very well. You are welcome to the Ghana Academy of Christian Counselors Valentine's Day webinar. We have dubbed it Love, Faith, and Emotional Intelligence. My name is Samuel Oheneba Donyo Jr. Everyone calls me Sicho. Yes, and I'll be your moderator for tonight. Now, before we dive in, I just want us to have a few quick house rules. Please, we crave your indulgence to kindly mute your microphones, and please keep it muted to avoid background noise. We encourage you to keep your cameras on or off anyhow you want to do it, but we want to build a community. Please, it is completely optional, right? But most importantly, I want you to know that this webinar is a safe space for you. At Ghana Academy of Christian Counselors, GACC, we value your safety, your privacy, and everything. So please remember that today over here is a safe space. You can feel free to express anything you want to express. You can ask any question you want to ask, and the best moderator in the world is going to answer all your questions. So now I just want us to start with a quick icebreaker before we zoom into the session for tonight. So please, if you are in the chat and you can hear me, you can write in the chat where you are joining us from. If you are from Canada, you are from Kenya, you are from Nigeria, even if you are in Ghana, tell us where you are from in the chat. You want to tell us where you are from, and if you like, you can add one word that describes your relationship goals for 2026. I know that some people, they know that if I'm single this 2026, oh wow, I have to get attached. The people who are attached to are praying that, oh, this year I must propose. The people who have proposed to are saying, oh, this year I will marry. So you just want to tell me in the chat box where you are chatting from, where you are chatting from. I want to see some engagement on the chat box. Please, where are you chatting from? Hi, Dr. Patrick. Oh, I see you, Dr. Patrick Bannerman. Dr. Patrick from East Legon Hills. Oh, your relationship goals for 2026 are focused. Wow, that's a very, very, very serious word. Hi, Abna. Abna from England. It's good to have you on board. Hello. Hey, the East Legon people are so many in the chat. Oh, yes, your goal for 2026 as well. I want to build some godly faithfulness. Wow, that is very, very, very lovely. It's good to see. I want to see a few more. I want to see a few more. Just tell us where you are chatting from and one word or a phrase that describes your relationship goals for 2026. 2026. Please, where are we chatting from? Where are we chatting from? I want to see some engagement to let me know you are here with us. Hello, Theodora. It's good to have you on the call. Theodora from Dawenya. That's good. That's good to see you on the call. Who else? Who else? Who else? Hello, Raphael. It's good to have you. Oh, North Lagos. Raphael, you are very close to me. Oh. It's good to meet you, Mr. Ralph. It's good. Hey, hi, Namo. You say, well, this is Patience from Pram Pram. Hey, wow, Pram Pram Nation. I love that. Hello, Margaret, all the way from Ho. Oh, wow, fantastic to have you here. This year, you want to what? Build quality communication. That's very, very, very amazing. Hey, Dr. Anum. It's good to see you on the call. Dr. Anum from Teshi. Hello, Angela from South Africa. It's good to have you. Yes, Mr. Raphael. I will see you very, very, very soon. Hello, Gifty from Adenta, Lydia from Kumasi, Adadewa from Spintex. Oh, this year you want to what? Your goal is to maximum selflessness. Wow, fantastic. I'm sure Prof has something very, very, very detailed planned to solve this thing for you. Asaf from Kaswa, your relationship goal is what? Looking for a life partner. Please, Asaf, we don't know whether you are a male or a female, so if you can help us with that, who knows? Maybe your life partner is here on this call with us. Hi, Mary. You're chatting from Dome. Hey, you want to elope? Wow. Hello, Doreen. Hello. Hi, Edith Bedra. Madam Edith, it's good to see you here. From Teshi, you want to build a very strong counseling relationship. Wow, fantastic. Hello, Charles from Kolebu. Mr. Charles, you are looking at traveling abroad with the family. Oh, amen. It's going to work out. I hope you have made preparations for that. Reverend Shamuson Abe from Adenta, you are 33 years of marriage. Wow. And my dream is to have more fire and passion this year and beyond. Oh, that is very, very fantastic to hear. So I'm going to, now I'm very jealous of you, Reverend Shamos, and I have to take your number personally and then call you and you give me all your secrets. Hello, Gifty from Lakeside. Hello, Theresa. Hey, Auntie Theresa from Michelle Camp. It's good to have you on the call. Hi, Madam Rose from Tamale. Hi, Ernest. Hey, Mr. Ernest, it's good. Thank you for coming over to our office this week. It was good to have you. Madam Selena from Pokwase, you want to improve what? Communication skills. That's fantastic. Hello, Madam Stella from Kumasi. Hey, then we have people from all over the world. Hello, Madam Kate from Adenta. You want to do a strengthen your network. Oh, fantastic. Hello. Oh, please, Asaf is a male. He has replied. He's a male. Please, any of us who want a lasting relationship, please contact Mr. Asaf Tamaklo, right? Hello, Madam Stella from Ablaje. Oh, you want to schedule regular checkups with friends and family. Fantastic. Hello, Madam Rosemary from Jowulu. Hey, Rita from South Africa. It's good to have you. And I will take the last one. Hi, I'm Lydia. I am trusting God to study more in the field of counseling. Lydia, you are in the right place tonight. In fact, right after this call, you can text or call the Ghana Academy of Christian Counselors on this number, and we would help you with all the assets you need to train more in the field of counseling. As Madam Basilia said at the beginning of the call, Ghana Academy of Christian Counselors is directly from Oheneba Donyo University College of Counseling Psychology. So you are in the right place. So please, you can text us. I'll put the number in the chat. But if anybody wants to know, because of the people outside Ghana, the number is +233 544 070339. I repeat, +233 544 070339. So I'll still put the number in the chat, and please, you can text us any time you want, and we will attend to you, and you can join our Academy of Christian Counselors. All right. Thank you, Mr. Raphael. You are the best assistant anyone could ask for. Right. So as we are zooming into tonight's session, we, like I said, our theme for tonight is what? Love, faith, and emotional intelligence. Right after this webinar, I'm going to put a certain Google link on our platform, and you are going to answer some questions. It talks about your emotional intelligence. Once you finish answering the questions, we will chat about your results. You know, we'll talk. We want to banter on the page. We want to make sure everybody is there. So we will talk about your results and what the results mean and all that, so that we can do what? Share with each other what we think emotional intelligence is. So this community doesn't end here. This community doesn't end on this call only, right? So please, we will get active on our page. So for tonight, we have the very best counselor in the entire world. He has trained so many people. He has trained so many counselors, so many ministers of God. He's an amazing man. His name is Reverend Professor Samuel Ohineba Donyo. Reverend Professor Samuel Ohineba Donyo is one of the most prolific counselors in our country, Ghana, and even abroad, because he trains people all over the world. He is the founder and president of the Ohineba Donyo University College of Counseling Psychology, which is the premier solely biased college, university of counseling psychology. So, ladies and gentlemen, tonight, our speaker, Reverend Professor Samuel Ohineba Donyo, who is going to be talking to us on the relationship worth building. Ladies and gentlemen, Reverend Professor Samuel Ohineba Donyo. Reverend Prof, please, your people are waiting for you. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Stito. And good evening to all of you.
Good evening, Prof.
Good evening, Prof.
Good evening, Prof.
Good evening, Prof.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Nice meeting you again. I'm always blessed and honored meeting you and having the opportunity of sharing. Okay, so as has been announced, tonight is a relationship webinar. Now, my topic is the relationship worth building. What makes a relationship worth building and investing your life in? Why will you invest your life in a relationship if it is not worth it? But at the end of the day, you realize that if it is not worth investing or building in, you would have wasted your time and your precious life. It's one of the very painful things that can happen to people. So I'll be addressing this particular topic. What makes a relationship worth building and investing your life in? I would like to say that a relationship that is worth building is a relationship that is fully alive. This is the kind of relationship that is marked by maturity, growth, self-development, and purpose. It is the relationship that is interested in the development of another person within their space. It is a relationship where people feel safe enough to be honest, vulnerable, and secure to live without fear. The relationship worth investing in is a place of emotional safety. People in this kind of relationship can speak the truth without punishment. Their feelings are handled with care, and any disagreement that happens in this relationship does not threaten the loving belonging of a partner. In this kind of relationship, empathy replaces defensiveness. Mutual love and respect are expressed in ways that can be received through a respectful tone when speaking, minding the timing of what is said, and learning to draw appropriate boundaries and showing kindness to the other partner as an everyday activity. A relationship worth building is the one I would recommend that words would bring healing more than words are thrown as stones to emotionally wound people and use silence as a weapon. The relationship worth building is a relationship that is anchored in faithfulness and consistency of heart. It is a relationship that is steady and present, even through difficulties. For example, a healthy relationship becomes a guide to the decisions that people make in times of difficulties, in times when emotions run high and hard times come. What kind of decision would people make? Would it be a decision that will inure to the blessing and the benefits to edifying the partners involved? The relationship that is worth building and investing in is a relationship that is sustained by healthy communication. Do your loved ones listen as much as speaking? Can you express your needs in this relationship without feeling blamed or without being blamed? When conflicts arise, can you repair these conflict situations very quickly? Even when mistakes are made, can you repair it very quickly? Is this relationship a place where conflict becomes a doorway to understanding one another rather than a doorway for withdrawal? The relationship that is worth building is a relationship where one feels secure and exists in a place where they are noticed, where people can rejoice in the success of others or of their partners. It is a place where people are ready to celebrate the success of their loved ones. Can you imagine being supported in a relationship and allowed or helped to grow and expand? That somebody believes in you and is ready to invest in your personal development without feeling threatened, without feeling insecure. a place where dreams are nurtured, because there are people who have dreams, and because of the kind of relationship they enter into, their dreams get vanquished. Their dreams die. So, as they say, the kind of relationship that one finds himself in can make or unmake that person. And I can assure you that the relationship worth building or investing in is a kind of intentional, tender, and affectionate relationship where people remain emotionally and romantically intimate without being driven by any form of obligation or motives. But then they are being glued together is by choice they have made. And they are ready to continue renewing their love for one another. Sometimes, certain relationships may appear impressive from the outside. They are like a Bill Cosby show. But are they safe? Are these relationships able to nourish people from inside out? Where love does not diminish and emotional health allows two imperfect people to become more fully themselves together as one. So, at the end of all these, the question I want to ask, and this question must be asked honestly and answered courageously by everyone who wants to invest, who wants to dare build a relationship for themselves, is it worth investing and intentionally building upon this kind of relationship? All that I have mentioned, is it worth it? If it is worth it, go ahead. Build on it. Build it. It is a choice. Life is a choice. What do you want? What kind of relationship do you want? What future do you want? Be intentional about this. It's a decision you have to make. It does not happen just like that. Marriages or relationships are made by God amongst men on earth. You have to be intentional about this. Sometimes I ask people, what at all do they want? What kind of relationship do you want? If you are being so difficult, you are making life so difficult for your partner, what kind of relationship do you want? Have you thought about it in the first place? What kind of relationship you want before entering into it? If you are not ready, don't just enter into it, because this is a journey that is not like a dress that we wear and we remove. You see how beautiful a marriage, for example, is when celebrated. Sometimes with glamour, beauty, friends, families, everybody rejoicing at it. In just few months' time, people are deciding, I'm no longer interested in this kind of relationship. Have they thought about it? Bible says that we should not enter into this kind of relationships unadvisedly. So people must be helped to make mature decisions and stay with it. Please, colleague counselors, I would relationships that is not heading anywhere. I'm not talking about something that people have entered into already. They are bound in it or by oath. I'm talking about what people are contemplating, or maybe in a state of courtship, or whatever it is. It is okay to break it if you are not too sure. It's okay to forget about it.
Which relationship? Maybe I think
to ensure that the kind of relationship you want is the kind that you want to invest in. And please respond to this question honestly. I don't intend to take too much of your time, but I am going to put my talk on your platform. I hope that you take your time to glean through it, meditate upon it, think about it, and let it guide your decisions. And if you decide that you are also going to be talking to people who want to enter into a relationship, or they want to marry, or whatever it is, you have all the opportunity to be able to share these things with them. They need to consider it very importantly, because I have had enough of people who are fighting. I've had enough of people who will not even help for reconciliation to be made. I've had enough of it. And pray that you'll be able to help to stem the tide. Thank you very much. Dr. Anum.
Thank you, sir. Please, I heard you said you'll be putting the questions on our platforms.
Okay.
Will you put it in a form, a way that we can adopt it as maybe OD uses CCP model of relationship, like a form of a tool, so that we can adopt it as a tool to be used?
Yes, Doc. That will be so.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. Over to you, Sicho. Moderate the meeting. And if someone has a question, you are free to ask.
Okay, thank you so much, Prof, for that presentation. Please, we'll open the floor now for any questions that anybody wants to ask. Kindly just raise your hand, and then I would call you and you will feel free to ask your question, and Prof will be here to answer it for you. Any questions? Any questions? Any questions at all? If you're in a place where you can't speak, you can also type your questions in the chat box, and then I would call you. Yes, Mr. Asaf Tamaklo, please. The floor is yours.
Thank you. Good evening to Prof and to everyone else. Please, my question is in regards to a married couple falling out of love with one another, what would you advise that they do? Should they continue to try to rekindle the love that they may have had, continue to live together, but not as, shall we say, the lovers that they were previously? Or would you recommend? I know divorce is nothing. It's something that we shouldn't really recommend in any situation. But there are certain. I heard that there are certain situations that it may be allowed. So, what would you recommend for a couple that may have fallen out of love with one another? Thank you.
Does falling out of love mean? Can you
Falling
explain,
out of,
please?
yes, please. Shall we say they no longer see each other as, how should I say it? Like the person that they wanted to marry, as the person that they married. They may have lost interest in one another for one or two reasons, shall we say. Like they just see each other as just the person that they are living with, instead of the person that you have committed your life to.
Well, if you have committed your life to the person, remember that you undertook an oath with each other. And so you cannot fall out of love. You are bound, you are together, you are married. So if you have difficulties, seek help. Professional counseling can help you. But if you are not yet in a relationship, you must hold on. You can defer, hold on, until you are sure that these things have been well ironed, or you have found a professional counselor who will help you make a meaningful decision. And if you are not sure, then don't go ahead. Put it on a hold or break the relationship. But don't enter into a thing you are not too sure about. You may end up regretting. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much. Please, so I'll go to the comments session. Mr. Raphael is asking, how do I know if I'm in a healthy relationship?
It is a relationship, despite all the challenges that you go through, you still have an eye of seeing the love that you once had for the person. Even now, you may have your misunderstanding. You may have some challenges, but there is one thing that can never fizzle out, and that is that affection that you had for each other from day one. It shouldn't fizzle out at all.
Okay, please, Mr. Shamosen Abe, the floor is yours.
He's not a mister. He's a very, very senior man of God.
Yes, please.
Reverend Shamosen Abe.
Thank you for the opportunity, Prof. And Sicho, our moderator. Yes, Prof. We are talking about relationship. We are talking about investment. I'm an investor, and I invest into many things. I know in an investment, there are no-go areas as it pertains to the laws of Ghana, and then things that are contradict or ultravises your conviction. But there are some investments, though they may look a bit risky, but the returns to is much higher. The question I'm asking, percentage-wise, so what would be the things that you consider red flags? For example, nobody is perfect in a relationship, and a relationship is work, is an investment. So how much percentage of the things that I desire to see should give me some kind of assurance or hope to keep going and keep working? So, for example, I'm married already, but for example, I've seen a woman, I'm not married, I've seen a woman, and I see about 60% of the things that I believe are in line with my convictions, in line with my passion, in line with everything. And there's a 40% that I may not like about such a person. Or let's even consider 50-50 or 70-30. What will be your take in this area? Because sometimes you meet people, they see the 60, they see the 70, they see the 50, but because they believe that it must be cooked, abinwaha, well prepared, nyamianwa, then they can move forward and they don't like to work. How would you advise people who are about to move on to the next level of their investment of relationship into an oath kind of relationship? Thank you very much.
Thank you very well, man. Nothing good can happen cheap. Every good thing requires some sacrifices, some pain. So, first of all, you need to understand that relationships thrive on maturity. For example, the things that you have seen in the person, would that be fulfilling to you? The ones that are left, are you willing to help the person see it and to develop or to grow in those areas? If you are, you can commit yourself to helping the person. But if the person will not see it, there is a red flag, or the person is not willing to see it, it's certainly a red flag. In that case, you may have to go to a professional counselor who will help both of you work through it. But then, it is also not about you only. It's about the other person too. Are there things in you that the other person is also seeing that they want corrected? So it is a two-way traffic. And if both of you cannot resolve it, then you have to go to a professional. And that is what you are. All of you here are studying to be professionals, licensed to be professionals. So you can go in for that. I don't know if I've been able to answer.
Okay, Prof. Thank you
Yes,
very
Prof.
much.
It's perfect. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Please, we'll go to Madam Na Namo.
Thank you for the opportunity. My question is, where a couple are having issues, like the other speaker said, they have fallen out of love and have taken the steps, gone to see a professional, but one party is not willing to go by the tools and how do I put it? The directives, the help that the professional is providing. In this case, what do you advise or what do you propose?
Thank you. Now, it takes two to marry. It is not a one-sided. If one person is ready to let it move on, the other person is not ready, then obviously you will have to wait and work on this issue. Get a professional to help you. If that professional does not have the competency enough, maybe someone else would. But it is good for you not to force yourself into a buzz saw. It will cut you in pieces. Don't force yourself into any relationship where one person is an emotional distancer. While you are trying to pursue love, that person is drawing back and drawing back. They are just wasting your time. It's not worth investing in this kind of relationship. There are some people who make reconciliation almost impossible, no matter what you do. So let a professional help you. If it will not work and life is at stake, and there are cases of severe abuses, whether emotional, verbal, psychological, then you will need to make a decision to choose to be in it or to choose to be out of it. And when I use the word out, I'm talking about people who are preparing to marry. They have not yet married. As for yours, it's very easy. You can get out of it. After you have done your best and it will not work, you should just, forget about it. Because the very things today that you deny or you don't work on are the very things that are going to stare in your face tomorrow. But if you are married and the counselors have helped, families have come in, everybody came in, but it did not work, then probably it's about time to separate and see if a change will come. If a change will not come, you have a right to make your decisions. Thank you.
Thank you, Prof. Thank you.
Thank you, Prof. Please, so there's Adadewa in the comments says, people do change in the journey of the relationship. My question is, at what stage is it necessary to walk away? Example, when it's life-threatening.
If it is life-threatening and you have seen professionals, you have seen family, you have seen authorities in the life of the people that matter, and they will not change, and it is life-threatening, please back off and wait and see. Give yourself time. If the person will not change, then you have a right to make your decisions. Am I sounding very hard?
No, please.
Oh,
I
that
believe
is
it's
the
fine.
truth.
It's fine.
You can't wait until a stupid person kills you. Somebody who is mad, who has a mental problem, all in the name of relationship, they kill you. There are too many mad people walking about in suits. Don't subject yourself to that kind of foolishness. And it always starts from when you have done all you know to do and gone to all the places you know you should go, and the person still refuses to change. Then it's about time for you to make a decision to separate while you give time. And if during the separation still nothing happens, you have a right to your choice and decision. But if you have not yet entered into it, then you are good to let go of that kind of toxic relationships. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Please, I think, Madam Selina, I think this current reply also answers your question. That is when there is abuse in a relationship. So I'll move on to another question. It says, thank you, Prof. What are the key elements of a healthy relationship?
A healthy relationship is the one that has the other partner at heart, thinks about you passionately, is interested in seeing you develop and grow to have your dreams fulfilled. That is a selfless individual who really wants to see a relationship thrive. But where selfishness and self-centeredness is at the center of it. These are all red flags. You don't have to waste your time at all.
Okay, thank you. So at this point, I'll throw back that same question. I'm sure some other people, I saw somebody in the comment section that said he has been married for 33 years. So I'll throw that question back to our participants. Please, what do you define as a successful relationship? Please, not necessarily a healthy relationship, a successful relationship. Please, anybody, those of us on the platform right now who have been married for years, what's the secret? What do you define as a successful relationship? Please, you can just raise your hand and I would call you for you to give us your opinion. Reverend Shamosen, please, the floor is yours.
Okay, so first of all, we must understand what success is. So success to me and my wife might not be the same definition of success for another married or spouse. So first thing, one need to know why God is bringing a relationship together. So when God brings a relationship together, there are things God will say. For example, Samson in Judges 14, he saw a woman at Timnath. His heart was drawn to the woman. The woman loves him. First of all, he went and he saw the woman, came to report to the parents, spoke to them to lead him to go and do the needful. But the parents, first of all, objected on the face of the laws of Israel that he cannot go to the Philistines to go and marry an enemy. But the Bible says in verse 4 and 5 of Judges 14 that the parents were not aware that the Lord sought an occasion through the marriage or through the relationship against the Philistines. Samson's marriage lasted only for about 7 days because that's the honeymoon period. He got angry. He left the wife. He didn't consummate per my understanding of the scriptures in context. He came back. His what they call best man has been given. The woman has been given to the best man. Samson got angry, and that which the Lord originally intended for the marriage began to happen, to seek an occasion against the Philistines. So Samson killed a lot of the Philistines and devastated them. Some people look at Samson's marriage and they'll say it's a failure. I look at Samson's marriage and I said that was a very successful marriage, though it lasted only for 7 days. So success is subjective and it is individualistic. So what did God say to you before the two of you met? What did God say your marriage was about to achieve or accomplish? What has the Lord used your marriage to do? For us, me and my wife, that is how we measure our success. We believe, my wife and I believe, that our marriage has provided a door and a window for many people to go through redemption of all sorts. Redemption as relationship with God, redemption as being salvaged from the ruins of poverty and being given hope. People are not able to go to school. We have been able to raise them and giving them hope. And many of such. So for us, this is how we measure the success of our marriage. So that for me, I can say boldly that I've enjoyed 33 years of successful marriage. Notwithstanding, there are many beasts of Ephesus we have fought and we are still fighting, and will continue to fight until Jesus comes. Because marriage and warfare is also part of the game. Thank you very much.
Wow, thank you so much, Reverend Shamosen. That was very, very insightful. I've learned something new tonight. Yes, please. Any other experience anybody wants to share? Any other experience anybody wants to share? What has been successful in your marriage? For me, I think one thing I've seen, especially with my father, Prof, and how he relates to mommy. I've learned a lot, even from the outside. Like Reverend Shamosi was saying, success is very relative. Successful relationships are very relative, and it's very individual to the people in it. And I like the reference you made to how God spoke to you and bringing you together has opened the door for other people's redemption. I also see this. For me, as a young man, I wonder how we get to learn about healthy relationships and social media and how the world is portraying relationships. Yet, I'm very grateful to have the best examples at home. And it is actually very, very nice to see how Prof relates to Mommy and how Mommy relates to Prof, and you are seeing it firsthand. So this tells me that I cannot fail in my relationship because I've learned it, I've seen it being done, I know what is right to be done. But how about the people who don't have access to such experiences? Please, any of us on the platform who want to share how people who may not have access to these lived experiences, like if they are not as blessed to have such role models, where they can look out to. I know we may have some resources. If you want to share those resources, you can post them on the platform. We will share it together. How can young people actually learn what the right way of having a healthy relationship, what it looks like? Please, anybody who wants to share a resource they know for anybody, for all of us on the call. Okay, I think we are all blessed then. Yes. So I'll go back to the comment. Okay, Reverend Shamosin, please. Thank you.
Yes, so let me use myself as a personal example. I did not grow up in a very perfect home. I come from a dysfunctional family. Dysfunctional in the sense that I grew up with my dad and my stepmom. My mom was not there for all my life until I have finished secondary school and I have to travel to Nigeria to go and look for my own mother. So that's a story to tell some other day. So I've seen my dad, I've seen my stepmom, I've seen my grandfather, my grandmother, they were not living together. So it was very dysfunctional. My background was like Jesus Christ, who also came from a very dysfunctional home. The thing is, one has to determine what you want in life. So before I got born again, there were certain convictions I was building because I was seeing my aunties, I was seeing my uncles, I was seeing things around. And within me, I said, no, I don't want to reproduce what I see, because I go around the community, I relate to families in the community, and I see functional family. So though I didn't have, I will stand afar and observe other families and admire them, and I was building that conviction that this is what I want. This is what I want. This is what I want. I don't want to touch any woman until I'm married. Because I see my uncles, they'll impregnate, they'll come and fight, and then they'll go and take one schnapp of alcohol, and then they'll go and do knocking, and the woman keep reproducing until nothing happens anymore. I said, no, I don't want that. So what I want to say is that we might not have a perfect example. You are blessed. You are really blessed because of your dad and your mom. You are really blessed. But there are some people who have never experienced such. But that doesn't mean we cannot build that desire to become better and be used as a model for other people. Nobody has married in my family. I was the first one. Traditional marriage, first one. Wedding, first one. Almost everything, I'm the first one. But I built the convictions in the ashes and the dysfunctionality of my surrounding, my physical environment. So that can also happen. So it begins with a conviction. It begins with what you want. Then when I got born again, I understood better, understood the scriptures, and God helped me to be able to follow through the convictions I have built in my life. I've been a bad boy before, but not with women and not with drugs, because I vowed I don't want to produce a dysfunctional family. And I thank God that God saw my innocent heart, not because I was a pure guy, and God has helped me over the years, and the Lord can do the same. You can also believe God that what you have seen done in the past cannot be repeated in your home, cannot be repeated in your generation. Because one generation must actually cut off the wrong things and produce the new generation for wonderful things to happen. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Reverend. Please, if you just joined, kindly mute your microphone. Kindly mute your microphone. Please, before I go back to the comment section, Mr. Emmanuel Obing, please, the floor is yours.
He is not a mister. He is
Hello.
an elder and a counselor.
Thank you very much, Reverend and colleagues, counselors. I'm highly honored to be part of this program. I hope you're hearing me. Hello?
Yes, please. Yes, please. You are
Yes,
audible.
please.
Yes, we do.
Yeah. And by the grace of God, I would define a successful marriage. Just this February 4th, I celebrated my 20th marriage anniversary. By the grace of God, I'm married at the early stage. And right from the onset, my mom was not in agreement to my relationship because we were told that we are not to marry from a certain tribe, per se, Krobo and Fanti. We are from Equiapem. But I told myself that I don't want to fail anybody in life or disappoint anybody in life. So I stick to my promise. I prayed, and I met Abigail by the grace of God. We have toiled a lot. From the onset, there was challenges. My mom wouldn't understand. 2 weeks to the time of our wedding, they were not adhering to our demand. By the grace of God, later they came. And one thing that has helped us is that from the onset, I decided to let her know all about me. When I met her earlier on, she was, I would say, higher than me in education at workplace. I was casual by then. She was an executive secretary to a bigger company. But I told her the truth that I am casual president. Well,
Sir, please, you are muted. Okay, I think we've lost our man of God, Emmanuel Obing. So I'll move to the comment section again. Please, so there's a question. It says, can strong faith coexist with struggles like jealousy, anger, or insecurity in a relationship? Can strong faith coexist with struggles like jealousy, anger, and insecurity in a relationship? Prof, can you please help us with that?
Jealousy. Hello.
Yes, please.
Hello, Sicho. Say the question again, please.
Please, it says, can strong faith coexist with struggles like jealousy, anger, or insecurity in a relationship?
Strong faith. I don't really understand this question. I don't really understand. I want to understand before I comment.
Okay, then
Strong
please, I'll
faith.
open the floor for the person who asked the question. Kindly unmute your mic and explain to us so that Prof can answer it correctly.
Okay, Prof, please. I was the one who asked. I wanted to know our faith in the Lord, or whichever faith anyone belongs to. But if you're a Christian, when we are growing in our Christian faith, that we all believe that when you are strong in the faith, you're not supposed to have certain traits and all, like jealousy, anger, and all, jealousy and all those things. Yes, but when it comes to a relationship, you realize that sometimes there can be those other strong emotions, though you are a matured believer or you have a strong faith in the Lord. Yes, please. So can there be that the presence of you being a mature believer and at the same time having some of these challenges, especially when it comes to your relationship?
Okay. So the person who is in the faith is the one exhibiting these traits. Is that it?
Yes, please.
Oh, it's possible. It's very, very possible that somebody can be very spiritual, yet they are not mature. They are spiritual, yet they have their own problems. And they have to work on it. We don't marry necessarily because of because of spirituality. We marry character. We marry a tempered person, somebody who has gone through the process of growth, maturity, to be able to handle their own emotions first, and then be able to accommodate another person in their space. But if we just look at faith alone does not make you a successful husband or wife. There are lots of virtues that must be cultivated, some disciplines, some maturity that ought to be put in place. Oh, why are you just jealous? Jealous for what? So spirituality doesn't really, although it may contribute, but it is not a yardstick for measuring somebody who will be successful in a relationship. Maybe someone on the platform can also help.
Hello, Prof. Hello.
Please. Yes, please.
Yes, I just wanted to make reference to what Paul said to the Corinthians, that though they are very spiritual, very charismatic, but they had factions amongst them. And so Paul said, I cannot refer to you as spiritual people. So yes, it is possible people can exhibit spirituality in codes, but like Prof said, they lack basic maturity, which must be worked on. So yes, once the work is ongoing, those things can be addressed. But if we hide behind so-called spirituality that refuse to work on our character, on our person and personality, then yes, somebody in the faith can still allow these things to coexist in their lives. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Prof. and Reverend Shamusen. So I'll go back to the comment section. Please, Madam Eunice. Yes, please.
Please, let's call Florence. Her hand has been up for a long time, and then we'll go back to the chat.
Yes, please.
And Betty, Florence and Betty.
Yes.
Right. Thank you, Prof. I just wanted to find out a bit lost here. I thought that what you said earlier was just a preamble, or is that the whole lecture about faith, love, and emotional intelligence, or there is more to come? Because I see that it's a bit of question and answers, or we are to expect more. That's what I wanted to find out.
Did you get lost? Were you cut off? I gave
No, I mean, when
presentation.
after you have given the introduction, I thought we were going to delve, or probably that's my mind, going to delve
I delve
into
into it.
into those areas well.
I have delved into it,
So I'm
and
not
I've even
really
sent you.
following it that much.
I delved into it, and I've sent you even the presentation. I've sent it all to you. It's on the platform.
Yeah, I've seen that one. I've seen it. Okay, so that's all
That
there
is
is
all.
about the lecture. Okay, all right. That's what I wanted to establish. Thank you.
Yes. Okay. Betty.
Yes, Prof. Thank you very much. Yes. My question is about love and submission. I believe that for Christians, for a successful marriage, if this whole advice about love and submission in scripture is followed, we would be able to realize a successful marriage. But then, if anybody is going through a situation where there was one partner, let's say the man is not submitted to the Lord, and the woman, as a Christian, is supposed to submit to the husband, how do we help this woman? Because it's obviously a struggle. A strong Christian woman would definitely know when the husband is not submitted to the Lord. And yet, Paul advises that we should submit to our husbands as unto the Lord. So where do we draw the line? Because as a Christian woman, you want to submit to your husband as unto the Lord, and the man is not submitted to the Lord. And so there is this conflict. Always there is conflict at home. And Paul has also advised that if you can keep the marriage or stay in the marriage, your conduct can also win your husband over. But this is the case, there is always conflict because you don't want to submit to somebody who is obviously not submitted to the Lord, and his directions and advice is contrary to what the Lord would have you do. In such a situation, what help can you give to such a woman? Thank you.
Thank you very much, Betty. Submission is one to another. One to another. And I see it in the area of roles. How must a man submit to his wife? What are the roles he must play that constitute submission? What must be the roles a woman should play that constitutes submission? So irrespective of whether both of them are on the same page as in being saved, if they are playing their roles very well, they are already in it, and they are playing their roles very well, I don't think there should be a problem. That is when there is a possibility of winning the other person unto the Lord. But if both of them have even been saved, but they are not fulfilling their roles to one another in the relationship, then certainly there is bound to be a problem. Betty, please, did I answer?
Yes, Prof.
There are some people, excuse me to say, who have not yet been saved, but they are performing their roles very, very well. For such people, the role the other person is performing, plus their godly life, is capable of winning, attracting this person and winning them over to the Lord. But if people are even saved and they think that because they are saved, submission is a one-way traffic, only one person does the submission, then there is definitely going to be a problem. Thank you. Over to you, Sito.
Thank you very much. Yes, please. Madam Eunice is asking, can one partner be stupid and the other wise, yet still move on in a new marriage, even unto 1 year relationship?
Well, if you are already married, I don't think that it is acceptable for anybody to be stupid and somebody to be wise. That one, it is like trying to live a life of pretense. And it's just a matter of time. You will not be able to sustain that. So it would be a good idea to seek professional counseling so that both of them are brought together to be on the same page, rather than one person laboring to sustain the marriage while the other person is another thing else. Thank you.
Right, thank you very much. So I'm reading some contributions. Madam Mabel says, please, most people don't ask God about their marriages before they even get in. And I think you are very right.
I think you are very right, Mr. Mayor.
Hi, can we kindly mute
Hi, can
our
we kindly
microphone?
mute our microphone?
Thank you. Adadewa says a relationship is successful when both parties are willing to give their best to each other and then translate to people around them as well. That is very true. Pastor Tony says success is having achieved the purpose for the work you are commissioned to achieve. God's plan in reorganizing the male and female features from the same body into two different bodies is to establish his glory, that though two different personalities come together, they have harmony in producing fruit that impacts the kingdom of God. Every partner in a marriage should understand how your union is poised to impact the kingdom and how God's glory should shine in both of you individually and corporately. Measure your success by how much purpose your union has been established in righteousness. Pastor Tony, that's very, very, very insightful. That's very, very, I wish you copy this one and paste it for us on our platforms. In fact, I'll do it for all of us. It's very, very, very insightful. Madam Eunice comes in again. She says, theories, teachings, videos, and what have you must be practically implemented, most especially the positive and the good ones. Madam Eunice, you are very, very right. So even here at Ghana Academy of Christian Counselors, GACC, we are planning to shoot some videos and put on social media. We are trying to make sure these videos are very, very attractive to grab the attention of the young ones, so that we can use those mediums to, like you are mentioning, teach the theories, the teachings, and all these things so that they can be practically implemented. So please, right after this webinar, if you are interested in helping us with such an endeavor, you are interested in helping us coming up with the content for us to shoot, any ideas, we are very, very, very open. You can text us on our WhatsApp number. We'll put it in the comment section so that you can text us any ideas you have for us to help the young ones. It will be greatly appreciated. Mr. Raphael, he says, a successful relationship is built on valuing each other's individuality, opinions, and boundaries. Wow, very, very insightful and very true. Madam Gifty says, a successful relationship is one that the partners have mutual respect, trust each other, and learn to grow together. Fantastic. Mr. Prosper says, Prof, you are blessed for this opportunity. Reverend Shamosin, God bless you for all that you have shared. In fact, very, very true. God bless you so much. Mr. Raphael comes back to say, Prof, you are blessed for this opportunity as well. Oh, okay. He reiterated what Mr. Prosper said. Mr. Kofi Doche comes in with a Bible verse from 1 Peter chapter 3, verse 1. It says, in the same way, you, wives, must accept the authority of your husbands. Then, Even if some refuse to obey the good news, your godly life will speak to them without any words. They will be won over. Oh, that's very, very fantastic. Like Prof mentioned earlier, we must submit one to another. I think Reverend Shamosi also spoke about that. So, in as much as wives are submitting, Prof said that everybody must submit. The husband too must also submit to the wife, and it's one to another. It's a two-way street. Madam Eunice is coming back with a question. She says, but what if the other partner doesn't want to seek any professional counseling? This is a very, very solid question. Prof, please, what if the other partner doesn't want to seek any professional counseling with regards to the issues being faced in a relationship?
Call on families and the people whom he will respect to come in. Let the families know. Okay, thank you.
Okay, now Pastor Tony, please, if you want to make a contribution, kindly raise your hand and we will call you in. Before that, all right. Please, I'll read the last comment and then we will call on Madam Millicent and Felicia. So Pastor Tony comes back to say, so the scenario of a righteous woman married to an earthly man, the woman has her first task of soul winning with her husband. If you are able to win him to Christ, then you are confirmed a very effective soul winner. Once you win him to Christ through your conduct, investing fervent prayer, he now becomes a bona fide child of the kingdom and now is submitted to God and can now lead you in the way of the Lord. The work is yours to do. Can a wife, as one man, establish God's glory in the marriage union? Wow. Very, very, very deep, Pastor Tony. Thank you so much for your contribution. Madam Millicent, please, the floor is yours.
Good evening. Please, mine is a question. Can I go ahead?
Yes, please, you can.
Okay, please. I want to ask this question, that what support or counsel can be given to a woman or wife in a marriage where the husband's actions and inactions does not demonstrate true love, but rather prove that maybe the husband enters the marriage with a motive of having someone who is financially sound, so that that person will use the finances to support him to be able to progress in his life. What advice or counsel can be given to the woman in such a marriage? Thank you.
We have to know the gravity of this intention. We have to examine it. There are lots of questions to ask to be sure we truly understand what the problem, the real problem is. Then based on that, we'll be able to help. But there are a lot of people who are cheats. And they are lazy and they just want somebody who has the resources so they can go and milk the person, not because they truly love the person. There are lots of people like that. And if you had known this earlier, you shouldn't have forced yourself into that relationship at all in the first place. But since you are already in it, you need to seek a professional counseling. They would examine the whole thing and be very sure they truly understand what the problem is. Then they can formulate the roadmap to intervention.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Madam Felicia, please.
Thank you very much. I'm so grateful. Thank you very much, Prof, for making time to train us, to give us the full confidence to actually come out, not just counselors, but counselors with difference. I'm so grateful. I want to add to the question that was raised. What is a successful marriage? For me, a successful marriage is two partners who are able to understand one another, go through the premarital counseling, have or to be able to know what they are likely to face, go through all the health screening to know the things they are likely to face during the journey in their marriages. And most of the times, we realize that most couples who actually work out, or let's say come into conclusion of separation, are those, I have not actually conducted a research on this, but with my working experience, I realized that those who just separate and say, no, I will never forgive this man, I will never forgive this woman, are those who did not even go through premarital counseling. They did not go through the health screening to know even they themselves, who they are, their partners, who they are before walking into the marriage. And then in marriage, we have a lot that have made up their mind that they had certain reasons why they got into that marriage, either the woman or the man. And so if you come into the marriage with something you had in mind or you wanted, and you get into the marriage and you're not getting that, you see that you definitely even fail before the marriage itself fails you. And another thing I would want to also add is that though we face difficulties and walk through this journey of marriage, one have to understand that we were all born from different families, raised by different parents, and so our differences are there. And so we just have to understand that what you are, your partner might also have a different way of living. And we just have to understand one another, accept one another, and know that, yes, as far as it is God who has bound you together, and then you will be able to walk the journey without difficulty. And whatever situation or whatever problem that you might be facing right now, not permanent, that brought you together will surely solve that issue for you to continue with life. And I think if a lot that had this, actually the Christians who is in mind, are able to stay to have a successful marriage. But in every marriage, there are issues. Thank you very much.
Wow, thank you so much, Madam Felicia. Today, it looks like we've had a lot of contributions. This is very, very, very good. It's good for us to learn from each other. Yes, so it's been a very, very insightful night. I want to share a few points and then we will see how we will be closing the door. So tonight we have learned that, well, relationships thrive on maturity. And also the one that has the other partner at heart. That is what a very successful relationship looks like. It's the one that has the other partner at heart. Now, a very essential point that was raised in situations of abuse. If you have not entered into the committed relationship, that is marriage, please run away. Now, if you have already entered the relationship, Prof is telling us these are the processes to take. You have to find people and speak to family or friends or people that your partner, the abusive partner, respects. If that fails, please run away. Prof says run away from the mad person before they kill you. Run away. And then finally, this is from Reverend Shamusin. Success in relationship is very relative and entirely individual to the ones in it. You must seek God on how your relationship should work successfully. Thank you so much for your time, for joining us tonight. It's been a very wonderful time with Prof. Thank you for the insight. Thank you for the document you sent onto the page. We will peruse it and then we would learn. Now, please, as we are closing the door, I want you to know that this is the Ghana Academy of Christian Counselors, GACC, and you can find us on our website at www.gaccacademy.com. I reiterate, www.gaccacademy.com. When you get there, you will see everything that the GACC is about. You can follow us on our social media. On Facebook, you can meet us GACC or Ghana Academy of Christian Counselors, and follow us and engage with all our posts. Oh, Mr. Raphael, we love you to hear from GACC. Oh, Mabel, thank you so much. Happy Valentine's Day to all of us over here. Now, as we are going, I want to just drop this one last announcement. Please, we will come your way again. GACC will come your way again on the 20th of March, Friday, the 20th of March at 7 p.m. So that's day 20th of March is the International Day of Happiness all around the world. So on that day, GACC is going to come to you with another training, another webinar, and we are going to be talking about the signs of genuine joy. We are not talking about just happiness, even though it's the International Day of Happiness. We are going to be talking about the signs of genuine joy. We are going to have speakers that will teach us on joy, both in psychology and in faith. And also, we will send you a certain document called the GACC Happiness Index Poll. You can take that Happiness Index Poll and check out how happy you actually are, or how genuinely joyful you actually are. So kindly put it on your calendars, 20th March 2026 at 7 p.m. Also virtual. We will come to you. You'll see our flyers running around, and you just register and you join that webinar. We love you so much. Thank you so much for supporting GACC. We thank you for your time. I'll read the last comments and then we will close. So, Madam Felicia, oh, thank you very much for that last submission. Your submission crowned it all for us. So Madam Felicia says, thank you very much, Prof. God bless you and your team members. Amen. Mr. Raphael, we love you, GACC. Mr. Raphael, we love you too. Madam Lauren says, thank you and God bless you. Mr. Raphael comes back, says, the signs of genuine joy. That is right. Pastor Tony, a joyful chocolate day to all tomorrow. Please eat your chocolates in moderation. Shalom. Amen. Please, diabetes is real. Don't over enjoy the chocolate. Please have a joyful chocolate day. Reverend Shamosin comes back to say, thanks so much, Prof, for spending time with us. Sicho, Mr. Moderator, thanks a million, and you are fantastic. Reverend Shamosin, you are even more fantastic. In fact, I am going to text you right after here. You and Madam Felicia and Pastor Tony and Mr. Raphael, if you can reach out to me, you have been very, 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 very insightful tonight. We have a gift for you from GACC. So kindly reach out to us for your gift. Pastor Tony says, thank you, Prof, and all contributors. Madam Lydia says, thank you and God bless you. Madam Margaret says, thank you so much, Prof. God bless you. And finally, God bless you, Prof, and team, for availing yourselves to be great blessings. Thank you. Oh, Pastor Tony, I really appreciate you. I love you too, sir. So thank you all participants for joining this insightful seminar. Please remember, Friday, the 20th of March, we will be meeting together again. So we will say have a very, very good night.
Please, let me
Thank you
add.
very much.
Let me add. I have written a book on Valentine's, the history of Valentine's Day and its implications. We do not believe in celebrating Valentine the way the world celebrates Valentine. In fact, Jesus is the greatest Valentine, the kind of death he died for us. But it looks like although Valentine's Day is one of the big celebrations on the calendar, its meaning is completely not understood. And so there are lots of people who are misbehaving, who are abusing it. So I've written a book on understanding the history of St. Valentine's Day and its implication. It's 50 CDs. If you want it, you can make a request from the ODUCCP office, and then you will have a copy. So thank you very much and have a good night.
Thank you, Prof, and have a good night too.
Have a good night too.